Go.
Alright, day one, Thursday, January 30th. Who are the group members and why was this group chosen the way it is? Group members are Liam Koch, Jason Joy, Thomas Deeney, and Colin Stack, that's me. It was chosen this way because us three, Jason, Liam, and Colin, are usually in groups for physics because we're in the same class, and Thomas needed a group to be with Rube Goldberg, so we put him in our group.
Number two, what are your expectations for this Rube Goldberg project? I expect it to be hard work. We're going to have to work as a team. I expect us all to work together well. But I do expect to learn a lot about physics and things like momentum and simple machines and that stuff, and all that good stuff.
Day 1, Thursday, January 30th. Number 3, what obstacles do you anticipate? I anticipate not having enough time to finish the project, not having enough materials or the right materials to complete it, and also maybe not even enough time people put in to make the project what it is.
Go.
Number 4, how do you plan to achieve the objective of securing, raising, and waving the flag as close to 1 minute as possible? To making it as close to 1 minute as possible, we're going to use as many simple machines as we possibly can. To secure it, we're going to use magnets and hopefully find some way to pull up a string with a magnet attached to it. It goes against the wave of the flag and pulls it up. And find some way to flip a switch and turn a fan on so that the flag waves.
Day 2, question 1. Based on the materials provided already, what materials will you need to bring in order to achieve your goal? We're going to need plywood, magnets, extension cord, an electric screwdriver, and a power string.
Alright, this is day 2, question number 2. What simple machines do you plan to incorporate into your machine, and how will you do that? We're planning on using a screw with a tube wrapping around like some post. We're also using inclined planes across a piece of plywood. We're going to use levers to fall and have things go down the levers. Also use pulleys to help like with balls and cups and like lowering things and raising things.
Number 3, what energy transfers will be occurring in your Rube Goldberg, and explain how and why those energy transfers are occurring in your machine. We'll have a kinetic energy transfer to kinetic energy when we drop a ball into a cup that pulls a pulley to affect something. We'll have a kinetic energy to gravitational potential when the ball rolls into this magnet device that will bring the ball to the top of the magnet device, so all the kinetic energy will be lost and the gravitational potential energy will be gained when it moves to the top. And then we'll have also gravitational potential energy to kinetic energy when something is dropped down, when something is perched on top of something and is somehow dropped or rolled down a inclined plane. Day 3, Monday, February 3rd. Number 1, what was done over the weekend to prepare for this building week? Over the weekend, we brought in plywood, we brought in tools, we brought in things that we may need. We also worked on the blueprint a little bit, ironed it out a little bit, and we just kind of talked about ideas and figured out some things that we can do.
Day 3, Monday, February 3rd, number 2. What materials have you brought in for this project and how are they planned to be used? We brought in plywood to make more incline planes and the background of the project. We brought in an extension cord. We brought in power strips so we can plug in our hockey gun, power drill, and work on screwing things in and gluing pulleys to the project. And Day 4, Tuesday, February 4th. Number 1, what obstacles have you experienced so far? Basically, some of our tools got stolen, the glue gun ran out of glue, and people weren't able to show up at certain times because their schedules didn't fit the working times, and there's just a lack of communication.
Number 1, discuss how the simple machines you are implementing in your project are used in everyday life. Make sure to provide real concrete examples of those simple machines. So we're using a screw is our first simple machine. Screws are used in real life all the time to do things like digging oil wells, just to dig into the ground. We also have levers, which are often used to help like open doors, like using a crowbar to open a door, or using like a lever and a fulcrum to lift something that's heavy. We also have pulleys, which are often also used to lift things and to move them. They're also used in like cars with the belts to like get the wheels moving and whatnot. We use incline planes, which are used to be able to get things from one place to another.
Day 5, Wednesday, February 5th, number 2. What other physics concepts are occurring in your project outside of energy and simple machines? Provide concrete examples of those concepts. Well, one concept that we found was that acceleration down a ramp. Because when the balls get down the incline, the acceleration due to gravity makes it go faster down the ramp. And also, there's also inelastic collisions whenever the ball drops into the cup, and also when the ball drops onto the lever. Because as the ball hits the lever as well as the cups, they both go in the same direction. Day 6, Thursday, February 6th. What is left to be completed for your project, and do you anticipate finishing everything on time? Well, we need to connect the beginning to the end, basically, with a bunch of incline planes and levers and pulleys. And also, we need the final pulley to be able to raise the flag by connecting to a magnet. And I anticipate everything happening perfectly on time if we can get full cooperation from all of our teammates.
Day 6, number 2. Discuss the dynamics of your group. Has it been difficult to be organized and to work towards the goal, or has it been running smoothly? The dynamics of our group, we work together pretty well. We disagree on a few things, but overall we can kind of agree on the overall idea. The only difficulty to running smoothly has been our free periods. We don't share a lot of periods to work on, so we have to figure out when we can all be there to work together, whether it be after school, before school. That's the only problem we had to figure out. If we're not working to the same period, it doesn't work out because we just have a lot of stuff going on that nobody really understands what's there. Well, we start with the gravitational potential energy in the ball that we transfer to kinetic energy when we drop it down the screw. The kinetic energy then goes down, remains as kinetic energy as it travels through inclined planes, and then the kinetic energy transfers into another kinetic energy when it pulls a pulley that then makes a ball on an inclined plane drop. The ball itself has gravitational potential energy that transfers into kinetic energy. The kinetic energy then does the same transfer when it drops into another pulley and knocks another ball down an inclined plane with the same energy transfer of gravitational potential to kinetic in the ball. Then the ball remains with the kinetic energy as it travels through a series of inclined planes, and then it hits the magnet tower where it transfers from kinetic energy to gravitational potential.
Day 7, Friday, February 7th. Number 2. How is your current machine different from your initial design you created and why? Well, our final design differed completely from our initial design. In our initial design, we had train set involved. We had like 3 simple machines total, and now we have 5 total simple machines: a screw, incline plane, pulley, lever, and Day 8, Monday, February 10th. Number 1. Provide a reflection on the entire process from start to finish, discussing all obstacles, challenges, and how the objective was or was not achieved. I thought the entire process was a worthwhile learning experience. We were able to learn about different simple machines and different transfers of energy and apply them in real life. We actually used the physics concepts we learned in class and used them to apply to our project. And we learned about how communicating as a team is very important in projects like this. And overall, the objective was achieved. We all worked together and were able to get the end result.
A few ways we could have improved. First, we could have communicated better to make sure that we were all there to work together, so we knew what we were all doing. So, one would be communication. Second, we used more simple machines. We only used, I think, 4 simple machines total. So we could have tried to use all 6 somehow. Could work a couple other in there somewhere. Number 3, we could have followed the blueprint better or remade the blueprint, because after we went off the blueprint, we just kind of did a free-for-all. So if we had some plans, it would have been a lot better. And the most helpful improvements would have probably been using more simple machines, because that would directly affect